Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of 365 Days of Gaming. Really appreciate you taking time to check out this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Greatly appreciate it, so thank you in advance. Now, today's episode, we're going to be talking about the first, in my experience, the first motion control game, the first game that made you feel like you might be doing something similar to what's happening on the screen. This is the NES version of track and field. Now, for those of you who are too young to know what I'm talking about the powerpad, right? And what this did was during the NES days, Nintendo had a bunch of little, add-on things like the light gun that everybody's probably more familiar with. But there were some other ones that they tried out that did not go as well. But one of them I felt like was really successful. And as a kid, I always wanted it to show up again, was the powerpad. And so what this was a pad that you laid on the ground. You plugged it into the controller slot of your NES. And games, basically just track and field. I'm sure there were some other ones, but I have no idea. But it allowed you to mimic what was going on the screen. But if you did not have a power pad, you could still play track and field. The difference was you had to use the controller. So this was one of the first games that, got to be button mashy. I remember seeing a turbo controller being pulled out for one of these track and field competitions. Not like actual official competition. You know what I mean, right? Just in the hood. But this game was it was really, really cool because there was this was the only Olympic type of game that they had. And as a person who does not follow Olympic sports year round, but when the actual Olympics comes around, every 4 years, especially the summer games, right? We kind of want to watch that. You want to see who's going to win the 100 meter, the 200 meters, things like that. So this game having some of those events was really cool. But it is not easy. Let me tell you, first and foremost, the power pad made it really fun because, you were actually running on it. And then eventually people started cheating, and then they would just sit down next to it and just tap the pad really fast and then, break all kind of world records. Or if we did the long jump, you would just jump off the side of the pad instead of just jumping and, let the guy jump as far and as well as he wanted to. Now, for the hurdles, nobody wanted to do the hurdles because, who wants to actually have to do the hurdles? Because you couldn't really cheat that on the power pad, but you can on the controller. But you're gonna have to tap the buttons really, really, really fast. And I just wanted to talk about something that was revolutionary for the moment and was really cool. And then you kind of don't see anything from it, but we get it. Eventually we got the Wii, and it had a few more interactive things like WiiSports, but this was the precursor to WiiSports, basically. So it was always very stuck in the back of my mind when I thought about some of the fun things I've done with video games. And then to see the Wii come out and they were basically going back to it was really cool. We never got a power pad for the Wii. We got the Wii board, but that's not really the same. And then, if you didn't have the light gun, you had to try to use the controller for the skeet shooting, and that doesn't really work out as easy either. So, it's not a very complicated game, but they made it very, very hard. I felt like you had to be an Olympic level athlete to beat some of this stuff. If you know about track and field, by all means, tell me some track and field memories if you have any. If you had not ever heard of it, go look up some stuff for track and field and the power pad. It was a good time. It was a good time. Either way, I appreciate you letting me reminisce with you. Y'all have fun. Y'all be safe. Peace.